All right, guys, thank you for joining me tonight. Feels like it's been a while, but I guess not. Don't you hate when you try to text somebody and then you look at it again, you're like, what the fuck did I just text? Anyway, thank you for the 5x5, Mr. Landfill. Preston, Ozark, Lisa, Flow and Grow, thank you for the 5x5. Get Grimes, thank you for the 5x Whiskey. Strawberry, Sarita, Beverly, Amanda, Sheila, Kit, Paul, Big Chase, Susan, Adriana, Sass 20, Windflower, Christopher, Tammy, Dobie, thank you for the 5x5. Chris H, thank you for the 2x4 to Nuts. Whatever. Henry, thank you for the 27x49x69. CJ, thank you for the 5x5. Marco, Oki, Nana, Paula, Kathleen, Finley the dog. That's a good one. Thank you for the 5x5. Scorpion, thank you for the 8x8. F you all, 556 by 420, of course. Janine, thank you for the 5x5. Dan Phillips, thank you for the 5x5. And that should be it. Somebody was just breaking my balls about how I give 100 of those 5x5s out. Sorry. And Prepper, A Prepper. I don't know how to pronounce that. Ashkanet, Prepper, Francine, Celine, the budgeting sister. Thank you for the 5x5. Ben, thank you for the 0x0. Rock out, blackout. Thank you for the 5x5. Steven Story, thank you for the 5x5. Jason Jones, what are these 5x5s? It's another way of saying loud and clear. And somebody just said that. Slow the fuck down. I was first, losers. Super chat. Thank you for the 5x5. If you said it, Troy, thank you for the 5x5. All right, guys. So tonight, let's get into it. So tonight we're going to talk about how, or rather, we're asking the question: how bad would 2024 get? Being that we are watching all kinds of crazy shit go on around the world. We got this Air Force Secretary stating that China's gearing up for war. We have a pandemic that looks like it's being recycled. At the very least, the events leading up to it are being recycled. We have a new arm ticket, or booster for that matter, that was just FDA approved. So, and then talking about the new arm ticket real quick, Biden had announced a couple of days ago Shelly 208. If he knows another Jason, I am the only Jason that comes on after him. I mean, is there another one that I don't know about? There could be. Who knows? But Raisin by that's a good one. Raisin by Raisin. so so anyway, guys. Biden was talking about this new arm ticket just a couple weeks ago. Not even a couple weeks ago, maybe 2 weeks ago, stating how he's recommending everybody takes this new updated arm ticket. Now, I take issues with an updated version of anything. A phone, not cameras, software. But now we have these arm tickets coming out for Mr. 19 and the flu being updated every year, or just about every year. Now, supposedly, this new update is more efficient at the problematic version, which I think is the EG5 and the B286 or some shit like that. So these two viruses, I think it's BA. Is it BA dot or B26 or some shit like that? But whatever. Yes, BA286. Excuse me. And then there is the EG5, and then there's the FL151. Go fucking figure. The new arm ticket is rated for the EG5 and the BA286. So, of course, guys, they announced that just a couple of weeks ago. And now we're sitting here looking at a new arm ticket that they want everyone to take. And they keep stating everyone to take. Now, I don't know if the Biden administration's been paying any attention to what's going on, but a lot of places are done with these updated arm tickets. They're done with the arm tickets, period. But a lot of people are just not feeling this anymore. There are too many reports of people waking up dead. Young people waking up dead. It's always breaking my balls. It's one of my kids' mothers. She's sitting here breaking my balls on text. Anyway, so people are done with this. I think corporations are done with this. City agencies are definitely done with this, especially, guys, that we saw teachers, other agencies, police and fire, had to take back their employees who refused the shot. So teachers who refused, firemen and cops who refused, there were a lot of, if you will, groundbreaking lawsuits that were in favor of the cops, firefighters, and teachers, and these job places or agencies had to take back their employees. Now, teachers here in New York City, they're being taken back with back pay. And so we're watching these cases get won. I can't see these agencies and corporations going back to what they went through 2 years ago. Johnny Poll, actually, you can wake up dead. It's an interesting phenomenon, but it's when your heart stops and that second that your brain realizes what's going on, you wake up and then you die. It's waking up dead. And it's another way of getting around the whole YouTube algorithm. There's also that. So bear with me. Anyway, the hell was I saying? So we're watching all of these cases being won, and I don't see people lighting this up again. I really don't. I can't see the fire department or police department forcing their employees to get the arm ticket after these lawsuits that just went through and were won in favor of the cops or firefighters and teachers. I really can't see it. So how are they going to make the money for the pharmaceutical companies? Because I think this is all this is. This is a reach for pharmaceutical companies to make more money. Operator, yeah. So a lot of medical facilities are requiring people to wear face coverings. There are a lot of people who are going to tell those places to go kiss a dick and fuck off. A lot of places. Now, being that it doesn't work, right? They're still making people put this on their face. And there are other places that are not going to bother reinstituting it, or rather they're going to tell their people, listen, if you want to put some shit over your face, so be it. We're not going to force everyone else to do it, because it never worked. I don't know how many fucking times I said it in the past. I'm going to say it now. I'm going to say it in the future. It doesn't work. There's only a couple of face coverings that will work. A surgical mask and a bandana is not one of them. Yet people put them on. Now, some of us put them on just to appease the places we walked into, but no longer are we doing this. We are going to walk into these places and tell them to go kiss my dick, or kiss our dick, or your vagina if you're a chick. You choose. So there's always going to be a fucking There's always going to be a problem with the mask now, especially moving forward. Again, people like, I put mine on because it makes me feel safe. That's like saying wearing a Superman shirt makes you feel safe because bullets are going to bounce off your fucking imaginary S chest. It doesn't work. If it doesn't work, why bother wearing it? And people are like, well, how does it affect you? It doesn't affect me directly. But people putting it on, you just look stupid. That's all. You look like a moron. And then you have other morons joining in on your moronicness by putting this thing over your face. Right? Yeah, wearing a mask is like being married. It doesn't work. Very close. Well, WC. So Fauci, there's one side of me that thinks that Fauci did this as a knee-jerk reaction to calm people down. Because once they started telling people that there were no more N95s, people were flipping out. And he was like, well, I got to tell them something. And that's what he told them. And then came out with the... See, there's one thing to tell people about the face coverings. To be like, listen, this is going to work for you, and that's it. No, then he started backing it up with false signs. That's when I had the problem with it. When they started with the false signs and the false bullshit, I was like, come on, guys, seriously? You know? And then they had fucking everybody falling for it. It was a lot, man. It was just a lot of bullshit that we didn't need. And, you know, now places are reinstituting this, reinstituting the mask mandates. And all I want to do is go into these places and be like, this is a study that said it doesn't fucking work. So why bother? And you know what? Matter of fact, people should be emailing these facilities these studies. There's multiple studies. I thought it was like one or two. Apparently there's 11 studies that stated the same shit or came to the same conclusion. These things didn't work at all. Did nothing to slow it down. In fact, people still got sick. But whatever. I'm going to jump a little more into the vaccine a little later, but I'm a little annoyed by that. So now, guys, we had an Air Force Security Frank Kendall yesterday, warned that China is building up its military to prepare for a potential war with the U.S. Now, I like how this article goes, China's building up for war with the U.S. in the next couple of years. Like, it's over the course of the next 10 to 20 years, they're thinking this might happen. Not anytime soon. But, of course, leave it to the Hills, where I got this article from. They're kind of like fear-mongery, right? And they're sitting there making it sound like we're going to go to war with China tomorrow. This could happen over the next 10 years or 20 years. And guys, a lot can happen between now and 10 to 20 years from now. So anyway, speaking at the Air and Space Force Association, that's where all the nerds meet up. Air and Space Forces Association Warfighting Symposium at the National Harbor in Maryland. That is a fucking mouthful. That is absolutely like a nerd out event. Anyway, Kendall states, kind of war that we have no modern experience with, though he stressed war is not inevitable. Again, a lot can happen between 10 and 20 years from now, right? Our job is to deter that war and to be ready to win if it does occur. We are all talking about the fact that the air and space forces must change, and we could fail to prevent and might even lose a war. It's interesting. Kendall said that it was vital to prepare for war because China and also the bullshit. They're going to send fucking a lot of little Chinese men jumping out of the plane with chopsticks and fucking noodles. Who the fuck knows how they're going to attack us? A lot of people seem to think it's going to be cyber attack. I think, and this came from Hudson Valley Prepping and Survival, he said, oh, was it him? Or was it the other white guy? The roaming prepper. One of the two made the statement that our cybersecurity is a lot stronger than we think it is. And I was thinking the same thing, because by way of, or rather last year, all of last year and the beginning of this year, everything was cyber attack, cyber attack, cyber attack. We're going to get cyber attack. We're going to get this, that, and the third, and nothing so far. So I think, and I had always thought that our cyber security was a lot better than a lot of other countries. But to hear it from one of those two guys, I was like, all right, I'm not the only one thinking so. Listen, they want a cyber attack. They want to set it off. By all means, they can. Disease. Maybe diseases. Jordan, who knows? Nobody knows at this point how it's going to go down. We have a lot of YouTube channels that are telling us how exactly it's going to go down, and it has not gone down that way. We have a lot of fear-mongering channels that are telling us, look, guys, look at the map. And he's showing them this fucking map from 1986. Look at all the military vehicles. You see that? They moved 1 inch closer to war. These fucking pussies. You know who the fuck I'm talking about. All of these guys are just pushing this fear-mongering bullshit. Listen, I watched a YouTuber sell his dick to the Canadian prepper on here. I've never seen so much dick sucking or ass kicking or ass kissing or however you want to put it coming from this one dude. I was sorely disappointed. I mean, I was like really disappointed. And the reason why the dick sucking and the ass kissing is because they want to get on his channel or interview the person so that they can get some more clout. I see straight through the bullshit, and everyone's bullshit. But a lot of people are doing that. Johnny 308. October 4th means dick. It means dick to me. It really does. How many dates have we had so far where, I promise you, November the 12th, this is going to happen. We're fucking still here, man. Until it happens, then. But, it's annoying to watch people clamor at other prep. It's really, it annoys me to no end, man. It really does. You know, I mean, like, you watch a motherfucker do a 180, right? 180. And, you know, you're just like, dude, seriously? Like, what the fuck, man? It's annoying, you know, especially when they're like, oh, this news came from the Canadian prepper. I love him. I'll fucking wash my face with his cum. That kind of shit. It just annoys me. I'm sorry that I'm getting so graphic. It's just really annoying, and it's so disappointing. Be your own channel, dudes. All of you, be your own fucking channels. Don't rely on another fucking prepper channel to uplift you. Be original, be your own, and work from there. And then you're going to catch the eye of that person, whoever you're trying to catch the eye of, or just being modest is going to get you on other channels, man. It's as simple as that. But anyway, so yeah, someone just said you're pushing fear too. Dominique Spito, is that how you say your name? Spitito? Am I saying it right? Spitato. I'm not pushing fear. I'm just reading what's being reported. And I just said, dickface, that none of this shit is going to happen. October 4th, not worried about it. There's the war with the Chinese. Who gives a fuck? We are all ready to rock and roll. But apparently, Dominic Spitito or Spitato or Cum Guzzler, whatever the fuck your name is, you haven't been paying attention. Anyway, back to the show. So, let's see where I left off at before I went on my fucking rant. Thank you, Adriana, for the backup. Domenico Spitalot, whatever the fuck his name is, he'll just have to watch more or learn the hard way. You choose. Anyway, so the Air Force Secretary said China has been re-optimizing its forces for greater power competition and to prevail against the U.S. in the Western Pacific over 20 years. So this is over the past 20 years. Guys, this war can happen in 50 fucking years from now. Who cares? I think most of us will be dead. And I don't see it happening. We were supposed to go to war with China, or rather Russia, so many times. We were supposed to go to war with so many people, and we haven't. We're still here. It's just like, it's annoying. I'm worried about more serious shit, like shit from space. You know, sunspots, fucking CMEs, maybe a rogue nation and an EMP. Somebody asked me about an EMP earlier. Am I really worried about it? No, not really. If it happens, it'll suck balls. But it is what it is. October 4th is my hubby's birthday. Well, happy early birthday. Happy really early birthday. Randy Rimmons? Randy. I can't say the last name. But it's funny, right? So the other day I didn't get into it, but a guy was talking about how I didn't know the information about Chris McCandless. That's the kid that died out in Alaska, the psych patient. It was crazy. This kid goes out there, tries to live off the land, winds up dying. He ate the wrong thing. So I do research on the kid. Apparently, there's discussions or arguments on how he died. I go, get the fuck out of here. I thought it's because he ate the seed of a plant that shut down his digestive tract, so he couldn't digest anything. And in fact, they think he died eating something else. So there's this whole discussion around this guy and the way he died. Very interesting discussion. But so it's just when people want to challenge me, I'm like, you can challenge me. And granted, I don't have to do the name calling. I do it for effects. It's fun. That's all it is. It's just fun. Todd Smith. Could you email me at angryprepper@yahoo.com with the real estate going to collapse? I mean, that's another one I've been hearing about for the last 2 years. I think that's going to happen too. The economy is going to collapse eventually as well. It's just when. I think, guys, this shit's going to happen when we least expect it. Whatever it is. Whether it's war, nuclear attack, financial collapse, it's going to happen when we least expect it. It's going to happen when our pants are down. Now, as preppers, we're always ready, and we're always thinking about this shit. So, yeah. Scorpio Tiger. Yes, they said he starved to death, but it was because something he ate that shut down his digestive tract that wouldn't allow him to process food, which is how you starve to death, if that makes sense. But anyway, it's going to crash so Blackwater can buy it. BlackRock. Thinking about BlackRock? Big Chase? Which, by the way, their building is downtown. It's the fucking only... their building is really fucking snazzy looking, by the way. Yeah, man. I should take I did take a picture of it once, but I should take a better picture of it. If YouTube is your OnlyFans, you need to get a life. I hope this doesn't turn into an OnlyFans thing. I really don't. Really do. I really don't. I really hope this doesn't, turn into like an OnlyFans thing. Fucking spam. Don't get me started with spam. And some people were trying to bring up that cheddar cheese shit. Don't get me started on that. That was just... I'm pretty sure, guys, if I flash a picture to my son and show him that cheddar cheese bacon pancake, he's going to have like PTSD or some crazy shit behind it. Because anyway. So, U.S.-China's relations, guys, have reached a low point, or boiling point, amid rising tensions over the self-governing island nation of Taiwan, which Beijing sees as a historical part of the mainland. Now, this is something that's going to be going on forever. China right now, guys, I think, personally, is still trying to figure out how they're going to set it off without setting us off. I think us getting involved in this war with Taiwan or helping Taiwan out is going to end badly for us. Because they have been practicing 20, maybe 30 years on how to take Taiwan and how to defend forces from trying to save Taiwan, which is us, the UK, I think Australia, and New Zealand. And there's a couple other nations that would help out. They know how to defend Taiwan from us. So that being said, it's definitely going to turn into a fucking... it's definitely going to turn into a losing battle, I think. Even with all our subs and shit like that, I think we're going to lose. China has a bigger navy than we do. At the very least, they have more vehicles than we do. I don't know about personnel, but I know that vehicle-wise, they have an absorbent amount of battleships, aircraft carriers, and subs, and those mini warships. A ton of them. I think they outnumber us by like 200 or something like that, or 100 or 200 actual vehicles. So they know what they're doing and how they're doing. In fact, they also have AI. They have an AI warship that's minimal manned, if not manned at all. From what I read, I heard that like 5 people can be on it just to make sure shit runs right, but it's still being operated by somebody on mainland China. The U.S. warned that Chinese President Xi Jinping may seize the island by force if necessary. He absolutely is. And President Biden has repeatedly said the U.S. would send troops to help defend the island in such a scenario. Don't see that happening. Washington maintains formal ties with Taiwan and has provided advanced weaponry to the nation. Now, the Taiwan president had already stated if China comes to take Taiwan, they're not going to fight because it's a losing battle. So I'm not sure what's going on here, being that the Taiwanese president and the Taiwan military leader, like the top guy, the top ranking general there, said that they're not going to fight. Now, 3 years ago, post-COVID, the general said that they were going to fight and they were going to give it their all. About 6 months ago, their tune changed completely. And now they're saying they're not going to fight. So I don't know what the fuck happened. I don't know what I missed. But nonetheless, there's not going to be this grand fight. So I don't know where the United States is going to fall in on this. Kendall joins the Pentagon and U.S. military officials in warning of potential war with China, possibly this decade. A lot of shit can happen, guys, between now and this decade. But, now and 10 years from now to 20 years from now. The war we need to be most ready for if we want to optimize our readiness to deter or respond to pacing challenge is not the type of conflict we have been focused on for many years. Stating that this is going to be a new kind of war, this is going to be a naval war. And this is something that we haven't seen in a very long time. And it's just going to probably be strictly a naval war, all over water, right? So the Navy needs to optimize itself and get better trained and better maneuvering. Now, I don't know what the Navy does. I don't know how much drilling they do. I'm assuming they do a lot, but this is going to be a pivotal moment for the United States if war breaks out over Taiwan. They're then going to have to figure out how to win this war. Hudson Valley, see you later, man. Oh, Brandon, I guess they're supposed to lead the charge, but who's going to lead that charge? I mean, like, this administration is so disappointing. They're the worst administration ever. I really don't see, like, if China tomorrow took Taiwan, which they can take Taiwan in less than 24 hours, something like 12 hours or some crazy shit like that. Again, no Navy can match ours. Jamie, that's an arrogant statement. The Chinese Navy is okay. Tactic-wise and maneuver-wise, I think the United States wins hands down. But none of that matters because the Chinese has a bigger Navy. They have possibly the world's biggest Navy right now. They have more ships. They have more submarines. They're just going to keep bringing them in. They're going to keep lobbing them at us. And then what? You know? What's my take on the BRIC currency? Jordan, I think that's not going to happen according to plan. The BRIC pack right now is having their own issues. They're having their own issues right now, and I can't see that coming to fruition. At least in the near future, I don't see it happening. Oh, sorry, Hudson. Sorry, Mike. My bad. And sorry I missed that weekend, man. I I'll text you later what I was doing. I missed 2 weekends. I missed your weekend, and I missed Twitch's weekend, medical weekend, by the way. I can only make one. It can't be in two places at once. But I had to miss out on his weekend, and I had to miss out on yours, so I apologize for that. But I'll let you know what I was doing. So, guys, that's it. That's in a nutshell. They're going to start beating this drum that we're gearing up for war with China, and Americans need to be ready. Get bent. Fuck out of here. Hey, listen. What? It is good, guys. It is very good to know about all of these things that are going on. Every last thing that is happening, it is good to know. It's good to know about ESG, right? That's that environmental, what you call it, bullshit with businesses. It's good to know about the possible EMP attack from rogue nations or hell, China or Russia, or some will say even from within our government. It's good to know about all of these things that are going on. What is not good is to make bets on them. All we do, guys, preppers, all we do is we get ready. We shouldn't sit here and start believing the word of preppers and shit that's going on. And listen, take what they're saying with a grain of salt, but also put that information in the back of your head. Look at it and go, all right, I can see where he's getting this information from. Let's just table that shit for now. Keep in mind that it's going on, and then move on to the next thing. But to sit here and worry about it and start emailing fucking preppers, and guys are emailing me, do you think this is going to happen? I'm like, for fuck's sake, man, no. You know, like, no. You know? And Grateful Prep said it was great training. Very good. It was good that a lot of people made it. That was a good turnout, by the way, watching that, not watching the video, but watching the Instagram page. It was good fucking, it's good shit, man. Good turnout. Ryan, thank you for the donation. So, Ryan, they have been training for, again, 20 to 30 years on how to prevent us from helping Taiwan. They do maneuvers all the time. All the time. Like almost every, right now as we speak, they're probably maneuvering. It is daytime over there, but still, they're still maneuvering. They've been practicing and honing their skills. Now, the only thing is, we have actual battle experience. They don't. So if that's what you talk about, that being a hindrance, I definitely agree. But they just have more. They just have more, and they've been practicing more. And I know we practice as well. I know we have actual experience in it. But, I mean, listen, it'll be an interesting fight, that's for sure. An interesting fight. My day has gone very good. The last week has gone really well. So, yeah. Like I said, by next week, I'll be able to make my announcement. So, some of you guys know what the announcement is. Some of you guys haven't a motherfucking clue. And no, I'm not going to eat fucking bacon cheddar pancakes with Spam. Not happening. But what I was looking to happen actually happened. And so all I'm going to do is wait a little longer. Lock the father. So a lot of people are saying Jesus Christ is returning. So here's what I think about that, guys. And I'm not trying to get all religious. I really don't. Yes, my pronoun is no. Anyway, I'm not trying to get religious, guys. I'm just pointing out the fact that if you're paying close attention to what's going on, there's a feeling in the air. This feeling is going to linger for a little while, but it's a bad feeling, man. And if you are right with God, you know what I'm talking about. There's just something massive that's going to happen. Now, some people are calling it the Great Shakeup, or the what the fuck's that called? The other thing where everybody disappears and goes straight to heaven. Oh my God, I'm drawing a blank on it. But there's a lot going on, guys, and there's so much evil going on. Something righteous is going to happen, but at first it's going to be super fucking scary. Super scary. It's going to almost be a nightmare for some that don't understand what's going on. And for those that do, the rapture, thank you. And for those that do understand what's going on, they're going to fare well. And then there are those that are not going to fare well. But again, it's just a feeling, guys. It's just a bad feeling that's going to linger for a little while. And a lot of people are going to ask you to be right with God, or you better make amends with it. Whatever you believe in, just know that when it happens, you're going to have to make a really big decision. Probably the biggest decision you'll ever be faced with. If you believe in that. If you don't, carry the fuck on. Anyway, with that, guys, I touched on the new arm ticket that the FDA and the CDC sort of approved. And the craziness, guys, is they keep referring to it. They keep referring to it as an update. I'm like, wait, why don't you just say, oh, we have a better, stronger vaccine out? Why do we call it an updated version of it? So someone's asking me about Hurricane Lee. Fuck Hurricane Lee. That's number one. Two, it seems like it's going to stay a few hundred miles off the East Coast, and all it's going to do is ruffle the waves and have bad currents. That's about it. Or riptides, rather. Sorry. Ryan, thank you for the donation again. Ryan, exactly it. A lot of people have been coming back to the church because of this bad feeling. And I hate to call it a bad feeling. Because if it's bringing you back to the church, it's not a bad feeling. It's more like guidance. And you're right. I've noticed a lot of people going back. Well, Falcon 1, prove to me that there's no such thing as a raptor. Or rapture, sorry, raptor. Fucking Jurassic Park. Prove to me there's no such thing as the rapture. Yeah, like I said, you guys can prove it. The problem with all of the Bible stuff is, guys, is that a lot of things can't be proven. But there are a lot of things that have been proven. So it's listen, it's all up to you. It's whatever you want to believe in. Whatever you want to believe in, that's entirely up to you. And yes, update it. How do you update this? They talked about this arm ticket, guys, like it was the new iPhone 15. Is it the 15? Yes, the 15 that's coming out this fall. And they're like, yeah, we got this new version, and it's a lot better. And it attacks these two dominant strains. It's going to protect you. And when it enters your body, it's going to make you feel rejuvenated. You're going to feel stronger that you can fight the... I'm like, what the fuck are they selling to us? They selling us a new phone or fucking... a new... like... Listen, guys. There are people who believe in this, who are looking at this new arm ticket like, yes, I can finally go outside again. Because there are people who are limiting their outings because of these dominant strains, which is the BA286 and then the EG5. Those are the two dominant strains that they keep updating us about. Who gives a fuck? Like, seriously, guys, who gives a fuck what the strains are? It doesn't make a difference anymore, man. It really doesn't. But yet, they keep with the bullshit. They keep telling people, these are the new dominant strains. Be very worried. Oh, the numbers are going up. Put a mask on. Matter of fact, put yourself in a bubble. Yes, it's like they're selling us new crap, man. I'm like, there's nothing. There is. That's pretty snazzy. So, real quick, sorry. Somebody put lights on their balcony, which is like this new thing in my neighborhood. But now they have like this moving red, purple, greenish kind of laser lights. It's like pretty fucking cool. It's like I just said, oh shit, squirrel. It's fucking cool. Anyway, so they're trying to sell people this new shit, guys, and they're telling us that, oh, by the way, we recommend everyone takes it, whether you took it or not. They keep adding that in there. Why? Just tell people it's available and leave it be. Nope, they don't want to leave it be. They want everybody to continue to take this shit. They want more people to take it. So how do you get more people to take it? You start scaring them with numbers. Not actual patients, not actual footage of people being sick, numbers. Because they won with numbers before. When they had that little ticket thing at the bottom and they were telling us that the rate was going up. And people were like, oh my God, Aunt Nana's sick. Who gives a fuck about Aunt Nana? Pass or fail, fucko. That's all it is. That's all it is. Either you're going to get sick or you're not. And that's this strain now. The new one, I mean, when it first happened, a lot of people did pass away. Such is life. This new one that they keep ramping us about, you're just going to get sick. Either you're going to be symptomatic or you're not. That's it. But a lot of people, Jamie, are done with the arm tickets. A lot of people. And listen, there are people who took it and were like, no, I'm not doing this shit again. I am not fucking going through this shit again. I'm not, getting headaches, dizziness, bleeding from the nose, a stroke. People are not dealing with it anymore. So anyway, guys, the updated Mr. 19 arm ticket and booster are expected to be available nationwide as soon as Wednesday, after the panel of the CDC outside vaccine advisors voted by a wide majority to back the new arm ticket retargeting for newer variants. It's going to be available as soon as Wednesday. That's tomorrow. Yeah. Why? Why? I mean, like, and they move so fast with this. No real testing on this. That was the other thing. No real testing on it. I think they did it again. 8-9 months of testing. Because the BA2 whatever and the EG5 have been around for about a year, maybe. And they announced that they were going to come out with a new arm ticket for those two specific variants earlier this year. We are in August. That is 8 months after they announced it, or 9 months after they announced it. So again, guys, repeating the same bullshit all over again. The CDC panel vote comes after the FDA approved and authorized the new arm ticket from Moderna and Pfizer, amid the increase in Mr. 19 hospitalization and concerns about the spread of several new variants. Whatever, dude. Eat my ass. How about that? CDC is now recommending updated Mr. 19 arm tickets for everyone 6 months and older to better protect you and your loved ones. See what they're doing again? They're doing it again. Protect you and your loved ones. Director Dr. Mandy Cohen, bitch, is said in a release after signing off the panel's recommendation. The CDC committee voted in favor of a universal recommendation for the arm ticket to all Americans. They put universal recommendation, who are eligible after weighing data and modeling backing the need for a new arm ticket. The public can, this is now a quote, the public can be assured that these updated arm tickets have met the agency's rigorous scientific standards for safety and effectiveness and manufacturing quality. Guys, I can't make this shit up. I cannot make this up. The fact that they put that the agency's rigorous scientific standards for safety, effectiveness, and manufacturing quality. We very much encourage those who are eligible to consider getting the arm ticket. Eat my ass, Dr. Peters Marks, director of the FDA Center of Biologics Evaluations and Research. Sorry, I said that all fucking wrong. I can't get over that whole the agency's rigorous scientific standards for safety. I mean, seriously, man, like, okay, whatever. So, believe it or not believe it or not, I know you guys believe this, but there are people who are reading this article and are happy. They're like, yes, now I'll be protected. This is anyway. The FDA said it green lighted at least one dose of the updated arm ticket for Americans as young as 6 months. So with this version of the arm ticket, you're only going to need one, not two. BB says I have echo on my feed. Do I? Falcon 1, I do sell the Pure Bloods on the Angry Truth t-shirt site, not the Angry Prepper. And Kathleen said, no, he doesn't. All right. Thank you for that, Kathleen. Preston, thank you. Appreciate it. All right. I was like, I'm going to start echoing now towards the end of my thing. Oh. I really can't, guys. I really can't get past that sentence. Like, they're sitting there saying they're rigorous scientific standards. Thank you, Kathleen. And Comet Moon, thank you for the 5x5. Brian, thank you for the 5x5. Appreciate it. And everyone else, thank you for the no echo. All right. Listen, I read and see a lot of amazing shit. That was the most amazing thing I've read in a long time. Huh. So, let me finish this before I fucking completely lose my shit. The new Mr. 19 shot comes as health authorities have been gearing up for a campaign to promote other new arm tickets, being the RSV. The RSV, in addition to the annual flu shot. So now they're admitting that they're gearing up for a campaign to promote the RSV arm ticket and the flu shot. And now they're throwing in this Mr. 19 arm ticket with this campaign. So you're going to need 3 arm tickets this year. Mr. 19, flu, and RSV. That's 3, guys. That is a lot for the body to handle, especially if you've never taken that many shots every year. Now, from my understanding, they want this to be a yearly thing. They no longer want, they wanted to do a multi-shot, but, and this is my conspiracy theory, they wanted to do multi-shots. They wanted to do the combo or the triple combo RSV, Mr. 19, and flu shot. I can all but guarantee they tested it on something and it didn't work. That is why they stepped away from that, and now they're just pushing the 3 separate shots. So early this year, you can do the research yourself. There are articles talking about, actually late last year, early this year, there were articles talking about how they wanted to mix the 3 so that people only needed 1 shot. But then they came into the argument of, well, what if people don't want the Mr. 19 but just want the flu and not the RSV? So there was that. But they were still moving forward with it. Then they just dropped it all together. Because I think it just can't work. So, again, amazing shit coming out of the FDA's mouth, guys. Amazing. their rigorous scientific standards for safety, effectiveness, and manufacturing quality. Whatever, dude. Anyway, so the arm ticket from Pfizer and Moderna are now shipping out this week, following the FDA's authorization and approval for revised mRNA. Now, for the kids 6 months and older, they still have an authorization or emergency authorization. Guys, there is a problem if they still have emergency authorization for kids. That's saying that they haven't done the rigorous testing that needed to be done so that they can take the arm tickets off the emergency authorization and just make it so. Something that is emergency authorization, guys, is not to be forced upon anyone, especially kids. Red Scout said, I'm not a dude. You're not a dude? Are you fucking with us right now? Because your little picture looks like a man. Anyway, doesn't matter. So, guys, they have people lining up for the new one now. I don't... There's a lot of shit that keeps me speechless, but there's not a lot that keeps me speechless. This shit is speechless. City. I'm just like, what the fuck, man? Seriously? They're rigorous. This is a fucking problem. That's all I know. And they're going to continue this. They're going to continue to push this bullshit. And they're going to continue to tell people they have to take it. Or rather, they recommend it. But they're going to tell kids they have to. Now, any school that recommending kids to take it, so be it. None of my kids taking it. Hell, not even my older son, who's like 24, or he'll be 24 this year, I think. Anyway, he didn't even take it. And I was a little surprised because I thought he would have absolutely taken it. But he was like, I'm not taking that. I'm not going to deal with that. There's no way I'm going to. I was like, all right, calm down. And thank God he did it, you know. But yeah. Someone said Fedbot. Uh-oh. Well, listen. I have to honestly say, like, that sometimes the chat's like none of my business because I often jump in on the chat at the wrong time. But I don't trust it. I agree. There's nothing to trust about any of this shit going on, guys. Any of these arm tickets that are coming out, none of them are to be trusted. How could we trust any of this? You know, like, how could we sit there and be like, yeah, man, you know, I completely and 1,000% trust the government. Please, sir, can I have some more? Like, I mean, like, who the fuck and why? I guess the chat, whatever. I'm not even going to pay attention to the chat at this point. So, Paul F., thank you for bringing that up. On the Angry Truth tonight, guys, we're going to talk about the collapse in New York City. Now, real quick, I'm going to mention it real quick, but NYPD officers are now, or rather the higher-ups are telling NYPD officers they're not going to get paid overtime anymore. I don't even know how that's fucking contractually okay. After 40 hours, guys, it's overtime. So, Mayor Adams created this problem of this financial hole he's putting the city in, or that the financial hole the city is in. We're going to talk about all of this shit that's going on here in New York City. And in fact, I'm going to try to do a couple of walkarounds in the city as far as all the crackheads. There's crackheads all over the city. These crackheads are sprinkled throughout the city like crack. They're laying on the sidewalk. Guys, they're shooting up in broad day. They're not even fucking hiding anymore. There was a guy in the fucking train station on the stairs just shooting up on his arm. And I'm like, I remember when they had shooting galleries and they used to crawl into the building like rats. and shoot up there. There are not a lot of abandoned buildings anymore. There is that. So now they're shooting up in the streets. Super bad. I am going to do an update on the city getting worse soon. But it's fucking... this city's a straight fucking nightmare now. Like, it's just bad. I was thinking about going down to 38th Street to see all the illegals, and their fucking mopeds. How are these people getting Forget it. It's just going to piss me off. But this city is done. It's toast. There's no coming back from it. At least not in the near future. So, 300 warriors. That's the thing, right? There's a problem because first of all, you have a lot of cops leaving. Now you're canceling overtime. How many more cops are going to leave? And then what? By the book. Yes, no money for overtime, but money for the migrants. That's how they're getting those mopeds. That's the only thing I can think of, right? We need the moped so we can get around the city. Okay, here you go. But you're telling cops they can't? I hope every fucking cop leaves NYPD. I really do. Scorpio. Yeah, I definitely want to get a camper. I'm situating a lot of things right now so that can happen. Ryan, thank you for the donation again. He says, it is bad in St. Louis. I've moved here from work. I moved for work from Florida, and I've never seen so many crackheads standing like statues in the city park. It's disgusting. Yeah, so you know what? It's easy for us to call them crackheads. They're addicts on fentanyl and that other shit, Trank or whatever the fuck it's called. That's running rampant in the cities. Forget about Philadelphia. You guys got to type in Philadelphia Trank. Holy shitballs. And it's coming here. We're seeing that here as well. So I definitely want to walk through and show you guys what's going on. It is time to leave. That is for sure. And like I said, I'm gearing up to do so, but I'm waiting for two things to happen. And that's my problem right now. I mean, I listen, what the illegals are doing to the city, I realized today I can't stay. I can't fucking stay here. And I have to have a backup plan in case they take my fucking pension from me because they're going to give it to the illegals. Right? There's always that. There's been talk about New York City pension system collapsing. There's always been that talk. And my buddy, who's a big pension guy, he says that he can see that coming. So I definitely have to pivot and think of something else. YouTube's not going to be forever. And Kevin, my blood pressure will fucking astonish you. My blood pressure, you probably asked that like a half hour ago, but my blood pressure was taken last Wednesday, or Thursday rather, and it was 114/75. I have low blood pressure. Always. It's a miracle. That just means I'm going to get something else, but I have low blood pressure. Yeah, man. New York City is fuck old. Like, ass raped on a Sunday morning in a park. That's how fucked New York is. It's like, it's bad. And the budget cutting and the cutting to services that Eric Adams is talking about. Yes, Red Scout. I know you've been telling me for 3 years. Thank you, Dad. Thank you. I appreciate it. Or Mom, or whatever the hell you are. But yeah, I get it. Dan Rose, I tell you this much. I'm not going to move far, and that has to do with next week's news. Good news, rather. Anyway, with that being said, guys, it is 10 o'clock. Let's get off the fucking air. Head over to the Angry Truth channel, and I will see some of you guys over there. I will not have a Wednesday midweek report tomorrow, but I will be back on Thursday night for the doubleheader. Yardbirds, that's probably why, because I walk a lot. I have low blood pressure and diabetes. Yeah. But listen, we're all getting old, man. We're all getting old. Well, you know how old we're going to be getting soon? We're going to be talking about our medical problems on here. Just the other day I went to the doctor and he told me I had, like that's coming. That's what happens when you get old. We sit around, we talk about our medical problems. I got a bunion that just won't go down. That's what happens when you get old, man. We start talking about our fucking medical issues and what good socks are out there. Oh, did you hear the socks from this company? Oh my God, they're like heaven on your feet. Happens all the time. I've watched old people do it forever, and now I'm looking at socks and underwears and going, yes, these are good. These underwears, they're so snug around my nuts. It happens, man. Or the worst one, your favorite mug. Oh man, that is a great mug to drink coffee out of. Just the way it blends my fucking old, man. Anyway, good night, guys. I'll see you guys over at the Angry Truth channel. Some of you guys. Thank you.